Forget everything you've ever been told about saving money. Seriously, throw it all out. This is not another boring budget plan. This is not about skipping your morning coffee. This is a declaration of war. We are about to launch a 30-day all-out assault to seize 1,000 euros from a system that is literally designed to keep you broke. This is the rebellion.
So let's just get real for a second. You've tried this before, right? You've downloaded the apps, you've made the perfect spreadsheets, you promised yourself, okay, this time it's different. And then what happens? A week, maybe 2 weeks later, it all just falls apart. You feel guilty, you feel weak, and you're right back where you started. So why? Are you just bad with money? No, not even close. The game is rigged against you.
And here is the secret key. This is the piece of the puzzle you've been missing, and it comes straight from MIT. A staggering 80% of your financial decisions have nothing to do with logic. They are purely emotional. So while you're sitting there fighting a math problem with a spreadsheet, your brain is fighting a chemical war. It's screaming for its next hit of dopamine, and it knows exactly where to find it, in the thrill of that instant purchase. This isn't about numbers, it's about neuroscience. You're not fighting your bank account, you are literally fighting your own brain.
Which brings us to our first target, the Great Deception. The very tool they told you would save you, it's actually the first chain holding you down. Yeah, I'm talking about the budget.
Just think about it. A budget is basically an autopsy report for your money. At the end of the month, it gives you this beautiful, detailed summary of exactly how you failed. It's a historian meticulously recording your defeat after the battle is already lost. It'll tell you that you spent 60 euros on coffee, sure, but it was completely powerless to stop you in those 10 seconds you stood at the counter when your brain was just screaming for that caffeine hit. It's a passive system, and in this war, passive means you've already lost.
So if the budget is a lie, then who wrote it? To win this thing, you have to know your enemy. And your enemy isn't some vague concept like consumerism. Oh no, they have names. They are the architects of the very system we are all trapped in.
I want you to let this sink in. Really burn this idea into your brain. Your financial struggles, that little knot of anxiety you feel when you check your account, it is not your fault. It is not some weakness in your character. It is the perfect intended outcome of a machine that was designed 100 years ago. You were literally programmed to fail.
And here's the origin story. Picture this, it's the 1920s, and two completely different visions for our world are clashing. On one side, you've got Henry Ford. He built one car, the Model T, in one color, black. It was designed to last forever. His entire philosophy was built on need, durability, and saving up to pay with cash. But on the other side was Alfred P. Sloan, the genius head of General Motors. Sloan understood something profound. You don't sell people what they need, you sell them what they desire. He's the guy who invented the annual model change, making your perfectly good car suddenly feel old and outdated. He created planned obsolescence. He sold status, and he sold it on a monthly payment plan. Sloan's model of desire and debt won, and we are all living in the world that he built.
And this idea didn't just stay on paper. Sloan's first weapon was GMAC, the first massive consumer credit company. It completely detached the pain of paying from the pleasure of owning something new. Then, in 1958, Bank of America literally carpet-bombed the city of Fresno, California with 60,000 unsolicited pre-approved credit cards. It was a total disaster. People defaulted like crazy, but it proved one crucial thing. If you put debt directly into people's pockets, they will absolutely use it. Well, that little experiment is now our everyday reality. Buy now, pay later, and Amazon's one-click button are just the final evolution of Sloan's original idea, to reduce the friction between your impulse and the transaction to absolute zero.
So please stop blaming yourself. Stop thinking you just have bad habits. You don't. You were born into a war zone, a territory that was already occupied by a very, very sophisticated enemy. And understanding this isn't an excuse, it's your first real weapon.
Okay, now that we know the enemy and we surveyed the battlefield, it is time to launch our counteroffensive. We are not saving money. We are staging a 30-day assault to reclaim our territory. And we're going to do it using a powerful biological principle called hormesis. Now, hormesis is when a small, controlled dose of a stressor or even a poison actually makes an organism stronger. A vaccine is the perfect example of this. So this 30-day challenge, it isn't some new lifestyle you have to keep up forever. No, it's a financial vaccine. It is a short, sharp shock to your system, designed to force your entire financial immune system to wake up, recalibrate, and emerge stronger than ever before.
The mission is simple and it is brutal. 1,000 euros, 30 days. That breaks down to 33 euros and 33 cents per day. This is not about gentle, sustainable change. This is about violence of action. It's a full-on sprint designed to fundamentally shock your financial metabolism. For the next 30 days, you are a financial commando.
But a soldier is nothing without their weapons. So forget your budgeting apps. This is your new arsenal. These are the tools of your rebellion.
Our assault has 3 distinct phases. Phase 0 is the purge. In the first 2 days, we stop the bleeding and we secure our perimeter. Phase 1 is the shock offensive. For the next couple of weeks, we go on the attack, launching guerrilla raids to generate cash. And Phase 2, the defensive fortress. This runs the whole time. We build the systems to hold our ground for all 30 days.
All right, let's get into tactics. Phase 0, the purge. We deploy the subscription guillotine. Open your bank statement. Anything that's not absolutely essential gets cut. Not paused, cut. Then we launch the offensive. First, asset liquidation. Your house is a goldmine of dormant cash. Anything you haven't used in a year goes on Wallapop or Vented today, now. Second, high-speed skills. What can you do that someone will pay you for this weekend? Can you assemble furniture, tutor someone, design a logo? The only rule is you get paid in less than 48 hours. Finally, digital micro gigs. Dedicate 2 hours every single night to platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, finding quick tasks that turn your spare time directly into cold, hard cash.
Now, to defend what we've gained, we build a fortress. First up, the Scorched Earth Protocol. 2 days a week, your spending is zero. Nothing. This shatters the habit of casual spending. Second, the Ant Expense Hunt. Every single day, your mission is to find and eliminate one tiny impulsive expense. That afternoon coffee, that app purchase, gone. Next, the Tactical Cash Protocol. For things like groceries or gas, you use only physical cash. The psychological pain of handing over actual bills is a powerful defense that the system spent decades trying to eliminate. We're bringing it back. Finally, the Daily Mission Counter. Don't just track the big 1,000 euro goal. Every night, track your progress against that daily 3333 goal. This keeps the battle immediate, real, and in your face.
The tactics and the weapons are totally useless if the soldier's mind isn't right. This is where we actually win the war. Not in the bank, but right between our ears. This is psychological warfare.
And this right here is your most powerful weapon. It is a cognitive kill switch. I call it the 10-second rule.
Here's exactly how it works. Before you tap that card, before you click that Buy Now button, you just stop for 10 seconds. And you don't ask, do I need this? That's a losing question. It's a trap. You ask one simple thing. Does this purchase move me closer to my mission objective or does it push me further away? You see, you reframe the decision from one of consumption to one of identity. Am I a rebel fighting for my freedom or am I a prisoner just obeying my programming? A Stanford study showed that a simple pause just like this can slash impulsive buys by nearly 70%. It works. And we have to hack our own reward system. So let's build a new one. First, the visual anchor. What are the 1,000 euros actually for? A plane ticket? Paying off a debt? Find a picture of it, print it out, tape it to your mirror, put it in your wallet, make it your phone's wallpaper. Your brain needs a visual target to lock onto. Second, the daily progress tracker. Every single night, you log your progress. That act of seeing the number grow gives you a little hit of dopamine, the exact same chemical you use to get from spending. We're hijacking the system for our own benefit. Finally, on day 15, you execute a planned, zero-cost escape valve. A long hike, a day at the beach, something you love, to release pressure and avoid burning out. Look, let's be completely clear about this. The money is just the trophy. It's the proof of concept. The real victory is what happens inside your head. After 30 days of this intensity, you will have forcibly installed a brand new financial operating system in your brain. You will no longer be a passive victim of your finances, you will be the active architect. You will have developed a new superpower, the ability to generate capital on demand.
And that's what this has all been about, right? Every euro you reclaimed was an act of defiance. Every impulse you ignored was a small victory in a huge war against a system designed by Alfred P. Sloan and perfected for a century to keep you in a constant state of wanting more and owning less. This was never really about saving money. It was about taking it back.
So, you made it through the 30 days. You have the 1,000 euros. You've completed your training. More importantly, you have proven to yourself beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can bend your financial reality to your will. The old limits are gone. The old programming is deleted. So the question you have to ask yourself now is no longer, can I do it? The only question left is, what is my next target?